Hey yo, you just tuned in another episode of Like Talk About It, where we bring you the best of underground, mainline music, and just in the culture period, you dig. And tonight, we have a resident from Waterbury, Connecticut. Man, this cat is ill. He provides every type of vibe you could possibly think of. You dig? He also provides a escape for any type of vibe you need. Fresh off work, you dig, going through something, or just every day getting ready to go to the club. You dig what I'm saying? Man, he done graced the stage with cats like Anita Baker, Shaka Khan, and even the legendary Najee. Speaking of him and Najee, and the artist I'm speaking on is Lamone Andrews.
Come on now.
Slowly but surely, tonight will be something special.
Let's go.
Check in. It's 9 o'clock, like talking about it. Yeah.
I think that we should take our time.
Hey!
Hey! What's up? What's going on, y'all?
What's going on up in here, man?
Y'all got to excuse me. I'm making my way downstairs to the basement.
Already, pal.
Excuse me for 1 second. All right.
Already, bad that, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let me get this
good
up.
to have you, bro, in the building, you dig?
It's good to be here. It's good to be here.
Yes. Thank you so much.
What's happening, y'all? Cheers! Cheers! Cheers!
Yes. Toast it all.
Been waiting on it, bro.
Yes.
Listen, I got a confession to make, first of all. Let me just apologize. I didn't realize Texas was an hour behind Connecticut. My stupid ass, I'm sitting here like, what's going on? They got me waiting 45 minutes. And then my boy told me, he was like, yo, Lamone, they an hour behind. I said, oh.
Oh, man. It's all good.
So my apologies. No, y'all ain't late. I'm just moving too fast right now. But what's up, y'all?
Oh, man, it's all good, man. Lamone, it's so good to have you, King. You did.
I appreciate it.
Sitting in with Vibe, did our research, Vibe to the music, and man,
Yes.
it was such a great journey, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yes. Love it.
You know,
And y'all my type of people. Y'all got the drinks already in the hand, so we good.
Man, for sure, man. For sure, man.
I feel like I'm talking to my uncle.
All right, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, fam. You know, look here, bro. Let's get to this, man. You got a great story, man.
Yes.
You know, but let's speak on the early Lamone Andrews. You dig? I mean, I'm speaking of, you know, the young childhood.
Oh my God. The nerd.
Yes.
The nerd. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Describe your life, man. Describe your young early life with us.
I mean, early growing up in the projects of Long Hill, Berkeley, and Waterbury, Connecticut, you know, anybody who's from Connecticut or from Waterbury, trust me, you know Long Hill, Berkeley. That's one of the infamous projects, well-known projects, but it was a very good, humble upbringing, you know what I mean? And so learned a lot in the project, learned how to fight in the project, learned how to defend myself. Yeah. But, you know, the whole love affair with music, that's basically where it started, right in the home. I grew up an only child, you know, in my household, you know, of my mother and my father. And so a lot of times I had to entertain myself. And the way I did that was through music. You know, my father and my mother were both into music, and my mother was more into jazz, a lot of old school stuff, but mainly jazz. My father was more on the funk side of things, funk, dance music, and like whatever was trending at the time. My father was into that. So a lot of times he would take me in his car, whatever car he had at the time. Usually it was a Cadillac or a Lincoln or something like that, you know. And he would take me to the record shops and buy all the latest jams, whatever was popping at the time on the radio, whether it was BLS, you know, the stations that we listened to up here. Most of the time they were out of New York or New Haven, but he would always buy the latest jams and bring those albums home, transfer those albums from the LP to cassette tape or 8-track, whatever it was he had in the car, and he would put it in the car and play it. And so, you know, I'm hearing all this stuff, whether it was in my father's car, whether it was in the house with my mother playing jazz albums like Nancy Wilson, Cannonball Adderley, Les McCann. It was just a plethora of music all the time being played. So, you know, as kids, as youth, we're like sponges. That's what kids are. They're like sponges. They absorb everything. That's why you got to watch what you say around kids. Because,
That's true. That's so
you know,
true.
we got to get back to the days where you send their ass to the room when you around grown folks. Go to the room. You ain't supposed to be here. But that was me. So I sat, you know, I listened to a lot of the old school music that they were playing, and it was just, my brain was just a sponge. I was absorbing everything. Whether it was a male artist, female artist, whether it was a band, a group, it didn't matter. It was all coming in me, you know. And so that's kind of where the musical journey started. You know, a lot of people started in the church. I didn't really start in the church. That wasn't really my ministry, even though I did go at the time. I was more of a Jehovah's Witness. That's the background that I have.
Right.
So I don't really have the gospel background. You know, it's more of a soulful, growing up in the hard knocks type of a background that I have, you know. But the roots are all still there. It's all still connected. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. You know, I was just a musical nerd, you know. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. Where did you build a passion and then decided to do it professionally? Or not, should I say professionally, or maybe even just write your first song? What was that? When did that come out?
Well, it didn't really. I mean, I've always wanted to sing. Even when I was younger, even when singing for dudes wasn't even really the most popular thing to do, or even the most masculine thing to do at the time. I was always singing, and you know, certain family members knew I could sing. I had like a nice little high voice back in the day, but it didn't really take flight until after high school, I want to say. After I graduated high school and everybody went away, all my boys and friends went away to college, I still didn't know what I wanted to do, because at the time the colleges weren't offering what I wanted to do, which was arts, and they didn't have that in my area. So what I did was I kind of hooked up with a local musician. God rest his soul. His name was Carnegie Clapp. He's from this area. He was a very well-known keyboardist, piano player.
Right.
And so I just got up the nerve and the courage one day, and I just went to him, approached him, and asked him. I said, "Listen, you know, like I want to sing," because he was known for doing talent shows at like the local community centers and things of that nature, and always performing at festivals and clubs. And so I just approached him one day. I said, "Listen, I would love to sing." You know, he was like, "Well, can you sing?" You know, and so I did a song for him, and the first song I sang for him, excuse me, I believe was "It's So Hard to Say Goodbye to Yesterday."
Okay.
Remember? Yeah. So I sang that song for him, and then he told me, he was like, "Listen, come down to the community center, which was called the Now Auditorium here in Waterbury." And I met him. We had like a one-on-one session where he wanted to like fill me out on the keyboard to see where I was. And he put me in a show, like a local show at a club. And I can't even remember if I was even, I might have been 21, like 20 or 21. I was very young. I was like one of the youngest people in the club. But anyway, he would always have these talent showcases where he had a full band, and everything of like musicians and all that. And so that was one of the first songs that I sang, along with I think I did I Try was another song I did. I don't know if you're familiar with that. I Try was, I think, was originally done by Angela Bofeld, and Will Downing covered it. And it was a couple of songs I did, but I mean, I was a nervous wreck, but I knew I had to, I was like, listen, it was in me. It was like this cancer that was just dying to get out. It was like, I wanted to sing. So when I finally did it, I was a nervous wreck, but I figured, listen, if this is what you want to do, you're gonna have to Just get over your fear of being in front of people and just do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
during this process, did you ever take any lessons or anything? Because man, I mean, to say that you could do so many riffs and so many octaves, bro. I mean, man, I say, man, this
Yeah.
guy took some lessons, or
Well,
maybe God just
Or was it
here's
just natural talent?
I'm not
sprinkled
gonna.
that missing piece of
Yeah,
the recipe, or
I'm gonna tell
was
you.
it?
A lot of it, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it was just me imitating I call them all my professors and my teachers. Everybody that I love, growing up. I'm talking about the Luthers, the Al Greens, the Marvin Gayes, even a lot of the female artists, the Aretha Franklins, the Patties, the Shakas, the
Uh-huh.
groups, love all the lead singers in the groups. I loved Lionel Richie. I like even some of the rock bands. Love Steve Perry. Listen to Journey. I loved his range, how he had the ability to just project,
Mm.
Right.
and stretch his voice. It was, the guy's voice was just amazing. And so I think where the falsetto comes from, the falsetto came from me listening to not only a lot of falsetto singers like Philip Bailey, Stylistics, those type of guys, but also came from imitating the female singers that I was listening to.
Right.
So
Yeah.
in order to hit those notes and sing, I was, I had to imitate them. So it's like I'm listening to singers like Patty, Shaka, Natalie Cole, like just loving all of their songs, and I'm imitating what they're doing, not realizing
Right.
like maybe you should be singing it in a lower octave. But no, I was trying to sing. I thought that's how I had to sing it. So a lot of falsetto comes from that, kind of imitating a lot of the female artists, and like I said, the falsetto singers of older day, like the Philip Baileys and the
Well, well, how do you classify your? I mean, how do you classify yourself as a singer? Because I mean, dude, you do so many things with your voice. I
and,
mean, it's
and,
like, wow.
what's crazy is like I listen to singers nowadays. These young cats is like they ripping and running all over the track. It's like they got their track shoes on, and half the stuff they're doing, I can't do. I think I'm more old school.
Right.
I guess I don't know. I just classify myself as just a soul singer. The soul's gonna
Absolutely.
come out in whatever I'm doing, like whatever genre I'm singing, whether it's smooth jazz, whether it's R&B. Even I even did a couple of rock songs. I think on the first CD, I
Right.
I kind of went rock and roll on them. So
I heard, bro.
it's
Yeah, we heard those.
you
I
heard
heard, bro.
that. So it's
Yeah,
gonna come
bro.
out. It's gonna come out in whatever I do. So I don't even like to pigeonhole myself into one particular category because I could just call myself an artist. And I think when you're an artist, you should be able to paint whatever picture you want to paint. I know a lot of our fan base and a lot of people like to just, pigeonhole us in one lane. Like, no, like we want you neo soul. You got to stay there. I love it, but it's not everything. Like I'm kind of a gumbo of a mixture of a bunch of genres. So every now and then they may come
Man,
out. And
real
that
talk.
might have hurt me as well. I don't know. I
You
don't know.
think?
I hope not. I wish people would just
Yeah.
let artists be artists and just let us paint the picture that we would like to paint. You know?
Exactly.
Well, I tell you this, being an artist, whether it's R&B or rap, a lot of us we've had to take bigger leaps than others. And I
Mm.
saw one big leap you took. You went from just actually trying yourself with the wheel down and in action, and then you to go and actually do something for Nod, the legendary saxophonist Najee, and
Yes.
actually do a song with him and go on tour. Explain to me the meeting with Najee and also the experience of the tour.
Yo, let me tell you how that went down. Because first of all, the first song that Najee and I did was a song called "Falling in Love with You."
Mm.
Okay, now
And
wait a minute. Wait.
you didn't get that?
Hey, y'all, I gotta grip myself, y'all. I gotta feel this. Now go on, tell me what happened.
What had happened was the song was originally done for me. It was actually written for me by Grammy-nominated producer by the name of Chris Davis, who's also from
Yeah.
Waterbreaker. Who's also from
Also, right
Waterbreaker.
for Brian McKnight.
You better
Yeah,
know it.
keep going.
He used to be Brian's MD, musical director. Yeah,
Lord,
so
Claude.
Chris Davis calls me up over the house. He's like, Moan. He's like,
Word.
yo, I got this joint for you. That's how he talks. He's like, I got this joint for you. Yeah, like I want you to come by the house and check it out, see how you like it. But just so you know, uh, I think Najee's gonna be here too. So I'm trying to play it cool, like, oh, okay, Najee's gonna be there. I'm gonna listen to a song for me, but Najee's gonna be at your house at the same time. All right, cool. He's like, yeah, all right. So I see you at like whatever time it was.
Right.
So I I go over there and it's Chris and Najee, and I give him that like, hey, what's up? Love your music. I was already a fan. I didn't want to come off like a cheerleader or anything, but it was
Right.
it was real smooth. It was just
Wasn't even what you thought.
nah, because that's just how he is. He's just a laid back cat, just real smooth, just like how we chilling right now with the drinks in our hand. That's
Right.
exactly how he is, and it was just nothing but love. So Chris plays the song "Falling in Love," beautiful ballad. I'm like, yo, like, oh my God, like I love it. Yeah, like I love this song. So I guess at the time, Chris was also working on some stuff for Najee, but
Right.
he was gonna give me the song on the CD so I can go home and write to it. Well, Najee's sitting there listening to the song as well. So Najee's antenna starts sticking up like,
Now.
this is a beautiful song. He's
Right.
like, in so many words, he was like, yeah, I think I want a piece of this, So he was like, hey, like, why don't you sing the song and I'll have you featured on my CD? I was like, so he just basically snatched the joint right from me, but it's all good because it worked out. It worked out, and because he loved the song, and yeah, what was I gonna say? No, you can't have it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, yeah. So like, you want me to be featured on your CD? He's like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. So so I wrote the lyrics to the song, and I went to Chris's house to record it, and I think he also let Najee add his. He might have added the horn after I laid the vocals. I'm not really sure how that went.
Whoa, wait, pause. Now, wait a minute. You said you went and wrote some lyrics. You
Yeah.
brought it back.
Right.
Now, tell me. Because we going a little too fast. We want the people to get this experience. Tell me
Right.
the process of how nervous you was to see what they thought of what you wrote. Or you just confident? Nah, he didn't gave you the go. So you confident it's on?
Yeah, I mean, I was actually honored that he even allowed me to even write it because not everybody gets the opportunity. Sometimes you're presented with a song and it's already done. It's like, we want you to sing it like this. Follow these steps, A, B, C. This is how we want you to sing it. Don't riff here. Stay straight. But it wasn't that. So he gave me the song. He was like, yeah, like, just write something to it to see what you come up with. And I can't even remember how the process went, but all I knew was I loved the melody. And I'm big on melody. Like, when somebody gives me a track, that melody's got to hit me first. It's got to be something that I can sing to or write to. And the melody in Falling in Love was so powerful and was so strong. I was like, it's got to be a love song. So, I can't remember where I pulled from, if it was personal or someone else's experience, because a lot of times I have a habit of doing that. I don't always pull from my personal situation. Sometimes it's somebody else's shit.
Right.
So it's like, okay, well, this is what happened with this person, so maybe I can pull from that and use that as inspiration. And I wrote this song, but Chris had decided he wanted to make it a duet. He was like, why don't you just do like a first verse and we'll have Najee play the second verse. And that's basically how it went. Chris was a producer. It was basically his song. So, I was just like, it's however you want to do it. I don't care. I'm just thrilled at the fact that, you give me this opportunity to be on the track with a legendary jazz artist who's like one of the pioneers of smooth jazz. So the song ends up, fast forward a little bit, the song ends up going on Najee's album called My Point of View. And I believe that was back in, it was either 05 or 07.
05, that's Falling in Love, right?
Right, 05. Okay, thank you.
Absolutely.
So it was the third song on the CD, right behind, I think, a Will Downing song. And when I saw my name on the CD, I just gagged. You know what I'm saying? But I guess at the time, the song had garnered a lot of feedback, and
Mm-hmm.
he invited me out to do a tour. Now, mind you, at this particular time, I was still a correction officer working for the Department of Corrections, and I was like, how am I going to swing this?
Uh-huh.
But
Not only that, swing that.
Mm-hmm.
Najee, in other words, we saying swing Najee in the tour, the job, just regular life. I mean,
yo,
it was a
crazy.
whole change up.
Yeah.
What was that transition like?
Well, I mean, I had to be honest with him. I said, "Listen, I'm a worker, man. This is what I do. I'm a correction officer. I work in the prison. Yes, we do get days off, and the beautiful thing about that particular job is a lot of times we were able to swap out days with other officers. So, like, if I ever needed a day off, I could just ask one of the other officers, like, "Yo, I got a gig on such and such day. Can you work for me?" What
Mm-hmm.
I would have to do is pay them back, which
Right.
is all good. Now we already had 3 days off as officers. Like I used to work a 5 and 3. You work 5 days, you get 3 days off. So I basically told Najee, and he was cool with it. He was like, "Listen, I understand." He was like, "No problem." He's like, "I'm gonna give you the schedule of all the
Oh,
dates. You just tell me what dates you can do."
Mm.
So I was like, "Word." Listen, when I seen them dates. And I seen all them joints that was like overseas and like Caribbean islands like Turks and Caicos, Barbados, the Cayman Islands.
Wow.
It was a lot of gigs in Florida that we did. Any place that was warm and tropical, I
yeah.
did that gig. Because I had
Well,
to get
what was
out of
the
Connecticut.
experience like, man? This Najee, man, big crowds. Come on, man. You
I mean,
got, dude. Hey, you fresh in the game. You fresh meat. So I'm telling you, looking at all this crowd, hey, you got the buzz. You
yeah,
didn't even sing, but it's like,
yeah.
whoa, you didn't tell me all this.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was a nervous wreck, and I'm never gonna say that whenever I get on stage to perform that I'm not nervous because I always am. I'm always
Right.
nervous. I usually lose the nerves once I'm on stage performing. Then it kind of
Mm-hmm.
leaves me. But that whole introduction and like preparation for the gig before the show, I'm a nervous wreck because I'm
Yeah.
trying to think like, okay, like what are you gonna do? How are you gonna attack this crowd? I'm listening to the audience. I'm looking at the audience. I'm peeking out of the curtains to see what type of vibe they giving. Are they gonna be receptive? Things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say
Right.
this: the smooth jazz crowd is just that. They smooth and they jazzy and they laid back and they're just cool and they're very receptive. They just love the jazz music. So trust me, the gigs were not hard. They were very comfortable. It's like so comfortable to the point where I got spoiled. I was like, yo, I want all the gigs to be like this. I want everybody to just be like chill,
Just
just
chill.
lay,
Yeah.
yeah, lay back. And it was all like pretty much our age group, just grown folks, adults with their drinks and their coolers or whatever. If it was a festival, it was that type of vibe. It was very chill, very laid back. Now, another thing that made me nervous when I'm doing these gigs with
Oh,
him
you
is,
had a lot of times to be nervous, partner. Now, that I can
yeah,
imagine. That's why I say, I know you speaking on a nervous now, but that nervous had to go somewhere because you done went ahead a whole lot of people. I probably
yeah.
wouldn't stand on the stage before.
Well, here's
Hell
the
no.
thing. On that tour as well, he had another hit record that he had to do because his fan base wanted to hear it. He did a song with Freddie Jackson. He had a song called All I Ever Ask. And
Oh wow.
so he wanted me to sing that song as well. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, like I love Freddie Jackson as well, but I
Right.
got I gotta sing Freddie's song, and everybody knows Freddie to sing this song. So here I am, a nobody, a no name, coming on this tour singing Freddie's joint.
Oh my goodness.
So it's like you either
Man, you
deliver.
still around Najee with all these surprises, bruh. It is big surprises.
No.
You don't got no small surprises for us.
uh,
Oh, God, man,
Not
God.
really. I mean, listen, it was a great, awesome experience. I mean, I met so many people on the tour. I mean, I got a chance to meet Lettucey before she even blew up to what she is now. I got a
Mm.
chance to meet Layla Hathaway. I was big time crushing on Layla. Yeah, met her. I mean, a lot of jazz greats. Bob James. Oh my God.
Wow.
Who was your
Kenny.
first? Who was your first crush?
You talking about on a tour or just in general?
Just saying in general in R&B.
He just said Layla Hathaway, like he
Well, on
pull
that particular tour, Layla, like when I seen her, it was like she was standing backstage while I was on stage singing, and I gagged. I was like, Layla's watching me,
wow.
you know, because I'm just so mesmerized by her voice, her smoothness, her delivery is just so smooth, just like her father, you know. And just to see her standing at the side of the stage watching me was it messed me up. But I got a chance to meet her, Rashawn Patterson. Oh my God, it's so many people. The lady that sings, I feel so stupid right now. Street Life. Remember the song Street Life by the CeCe Pennington? Absolutely. We can talk about her in a minute. Yeah, I met her recently, but on the tour with Najee, Randy Crawford, who's like a living legend, who sang Street Life. I don't know if you're familiar with that song. Street Life is when I met her backstage. She was like glowing when I met her, and she's a dark-skinned woman, but just her presence, just sitting there backstage, like in the green room, and I had to politely ask her. I'm like, Miss Randy, would you mind if I get a picture with you? And she was like, what are you gonna do with the picture?
Oh wait.
Yeah, I was like, right. I'm just gonna have it because I love it. She's like, okay, yeah. She's just like, okay.
What are you gonna do with the picture?
What you gonna do with the picture?
Hey, tell me what was your response when you actually had the chance to meet Miss Jill Scott? Big salute.
Yo.
Oh wow, that's
so,
awesome.
all right. So fast forwarding, had an awesome opportunity to open up for Jill Scott here in Connecticut at the Wallingford Theater, the Oakdale Theater in Wallingford, Connecticut. And when I got that call, obviously I was just like, really? Like, you want me to open for Jill? I was flattered because, a local radio station here in Connecticut, 94.3 WYBC, shout out to them because they keep me alive here in Connecticut. I love them so much. When Juan called me up and was like, Lamone, we need you to open up for Jill. I was like, what? Seriously? So I'm like, okay. So I got on the horn trying to figure out what I could do. Got in contact with the promoter of the show. Come to find out, they were like, yeah, you can open for Jill. You only got like, I think 30 minutes, I believe it was. 30 minutes or maybe 20 minutes or something like that. But you can't have a band.
Uh-oh.
So I was like, I can't have a band. Now, at the time, I was used to performing out in the club circuit around town with bands and everything.
With the bands,
That's what I was used to. Now. I had to take it old school, hip hop. I was like, it's just going to be me and a DJ. That's how we going to do it. So I called up my boy Jay Lane, who's a DJ, one of my very good friends. I said, Jay, I got to open up for Jill Scott. They won't let me have a band. So it's going to be me and you. He was like, word, tell me what you want to do. I said, we're just going to run down the list of, of certain songs. And I'm just going to work the crowd. Now, I've seen performers, like top-notch performers, perform without a band, just using tracks. So I kind of had an idea of what to do and how to work it. So I was like,
so run me through the whole process. Because, see, I want to talk about Tim, too. Because, see, I already know Tim then gone and then sauced you down. You know what
Wait. Who's Tim?
I believe that. Who was the cat? Is that Tim Arrington, the cat that the little?
Oh, my bad. Okay, yes, I'm sorry.
Come on now. I gotta find out about this fashion, cause bro, you queued up, bro. You need your own magazine, fam.
I'm trying to think. When I opened for Jill, okay, that was not a Tim Arrington outfit that I wore. I just dressed you up. The night for Jill Scott, I just went in my closet and just threw together a white suit. I had a pair of white pants and a white blazer because I was like, okay, I know I got to stand out somehow. I want to be glowing when that spotlight hits me. I want to look like a freaking, a sun. So I was like, a big old bright light. I was like, I'm wearing white. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing white. And I don't even think I even hooked up with Tim until after Jill, I believe. But I told myself I'm gonna wear white. It's just gonna be me and the DJ, and I'm gonna work the crowd to the best of my ability because they're only giving me like maybe 20 minutes you know, for me to just get out there and hit it and quit it. And that's basically how it went. Now, Jill, I kind of met accidentally in the hallway. Yeah, because a lot of times when you're opening for these artists, you don't even see them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you come in
So
at
what
a
was
certain.
that like? What happened?
Well, it was awesome because she's very beautiful in person. She's
Wow.
just stunning, but her people around her weren't the most pleasant. You know, it was almost like they didn't really want me to talk to her or speak to her or touch her or anything. But Miss Jill gave me a compliment because backstage during, you know, the sound check and everything, I was wearing a seersucker suit, right? I had a seersucker suit. I was chilling. And so Jill goes, "Hey," she's like, "I like your seersucker." I was like, "What?" I said, "Thank you." And that was basically it. That's all it was. It was like her handler, her
Hey,
man, whoever the dude was that was with her, he was like pulling her, like, "Let's go,"
Yeah.
you know, but I think
that's
if
how you
if
get
he
it.
yeah, if he wasn't with her, I think Jill would have interacted a little more because she seemed very personable. The people around her did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, while we along those lines, let me ask you this. Um, being you been in the game, you know, and dropped your first single in '05, tell me, because I know you have a lot of experience at it. Explain to me your experience so far as, and then I'm gonna ask you that secondly about your struggles. But I'm also I'm gonna ask you about you dealing with just acceptance, hate, or maybe just not even understanding your music, or maybe just it even being hard for DJs to play your music because they don't see the vision or they just don't feel it. Tell me the struggle. Because see, we always speak on the uphill battles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or should I say the victories? But see,
Right.
we don't never speak on what we go through in
Well,
between.
well,
You
Yeah.
know?
right now, being that I'm an independent artist, you know, unsigned, you know, it's a constant battle because I'm the one who funds everything I do. It comes out of my pocket, you know. Also, I deal with ageism. So, you know, in this industry of music, they're
Mm.
always looking at your age and saying, you know, well, you know, what category, what genre we're going to place you in. And, you know, everything is driven towards the younger crowd, the younger generation. So,
Right.
and I get it because, like, when we were younger, we were the people who bought the music. Now at our age, we don't really buy music anymore. Well, it's really like, what the hell are you gonna buy? There's no more CDs, there's no albums, no, everything is streaming and
Exactly.
download.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But as far as, you know, acceptance, like right now, at the age I'm at right now, the tender age of 49, I'll be 50 in 6 months. Proud of that, I've even reached this
Absolutely.
far because a lot of people didn't make that. As far as
That's right.
acceptance, listen, it is what it is. You either gonna like my music or you're not. I mean,
Right.
what I definitely try to do is I try to cater to people who like me and like my music.
Right.
I don't even focus on people who do not like my music. It's like, you know, you ever see that meme that was floating around the internet saying, "Pay attention to the people who don't clap for you"? I don't pay attention to them. I pay attention to the ones who are clapping for me because that is my
That's right.
audience.
The ones that
Absolutely.
supporting.
The ones
Exactly.
that supporting you. And it could be here, it could be overseas, it could be in Texas.
Right.
You know
Hey.
what I'm saying?
Already.
Those the people I focus on. I don't focus on the ones that don't like me. So you know,
Well, what continues to motivate you, bro?
it's what motivates me is, you know, I'm be honest with you. For a while, I fell into a slump, and you know, this pandemic had a lot to do with it as well. I had writer's block for a long time, a long time. I mean, I couldn't even find a song to write. You know, the pandemic just really messed me up. But what motivates me too is things that happen in the world. Like for instance, I don't know if you heard the song "Born to Be a King." Everything that
Mm-hmm.
was
Right.
jumping off in the world, you know, that was happening to black men, that motivated me to write that particular song because I felt like I had to say something to the brothers because it felt like everywhere I turned, it was like we were being a target. Every person that I talked to, we all felt the same way. We you know, we were aggravated. You know, we were angry, and I felt
Right.
like I had to say something. So when I wrote "Born to Be a King," that was like my "What's Going On" song. That was my joint to say, listen, this is what's happening to us. This is what I have to say. like it or love it, but it is what it is. And I get motivated by, stuff like that. I get motivated by other artists. Sometimes I
Right.
watch another artist who's inspiring, their piece of work, and it sparks something in my brain. Like, oh,
Right.
okay, yeah. And then I'll start writing. And you know what's crazy? A lot of stuff comes to me in the gym. I could be in the gym working out with, and I have these in my ear, and then stuff that just hit me.
Uh-huh.
I could be in my car driving down the highway I gotta be by myself. If I'm in the car with people, it won't hit me. But if I'm by myself, stuff
Right.
just hits. It just hits me. It just comes. You know.
And I was gonna ask you that because I mean, dude, you sing, you work out, you model, hell, you bartend, you're Uber man, you're a man of a jack of all trades. It's like, man, how you keep that drive and
Oh,
do
we
all
from the
that
hustling
music
age, bro. We
bro?
from the hustle age.
Yeah, I said when I seen your video
That
earlier, you said I'm your Uber driver. I say, wait a
I
minute, he do
said,
Uber too?
yo, you know
yeah.
why? Because there's
Hey,
money out there.
it's
There's money
different.
on the table, and people just leaving it out there. Here's my thing. I don't want to get old and just be all stiff. Yeah, I am retired from one career, the Department of Corrections. I've been in jail for 20 years working behind bars, but I ain't
Right,
dead. I mean, I am retired, but I feel like I got to stay busy. I got to keep it moving. And like I said, there's free money out there. There's people who don't want to go to the store. They don't want to get up out. A lot of times there's a lot of people who can't,
right.
whether they be disabled or old or whatever. And
Yes,
I'm like, yo, I'll take some of that money. Why not?
that's right.
Man. You dropped three projects that I sit and listen to, and I've seen the development. Because it seemed like it's three whole different projects, all different vibes, and at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, a lot of your music now, I mean, it's grown so much. You are the first R&B artist that I've ever seen. I studied music a lot for
Mm-hmm.
years, and not an expert, but I've studied music for years. But
Mm.
you're the first artist I ever seen. I was saying it to my wife that I done heard put rock, hip hop,
Right.
uh, soul,
Mm-hmm.
uh, smooth,
Jazz.
jazz, all together.
Cause
Right.
I, cause I like it all. I
And
like it all.
but bro, I don't know if you know that that you are originator or not. But bro, that is so original.
You think so?
No, I know so. I don't think that's ever been done.
I mean, there's a lot of artists who kind of no.
No,
I think there's artists who kind of dip and dab into other genres.
bro.
I think what it is with
In one song, bro.
wait.
I
And
heard
one
it in
song. What
multiple
song is
songs.
that?
Bro, I heard one song, dude. It was smooth, had a hip hop beat.
Right.
Then a rock guitar came in. I said, "Why?" And I said, "Oh, this should go together." Like,
Yeah.
I said, "Baby,
What did you
do
say?
you hear this?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, I think this is the first dude I ever. You remember I said,
Uh-huh.
dude, I don't think I ever heard nothing like this. And then you also have a vibe that, especially the one your recent project,
Mm-hmm.
it has a vibe that hip hop heads, and I'm gonna say again, hip hop heads call abstract type music. And it's like abstract stands
Yes.
out, and I mean,
You
it's
see the
like
shirt I'm
listening to
wearing, right?
Pharrell. It's like listening to Pharrell, and it's like, man, that's a weird sound, but man, it take me to another world. I like that.
Yes. Uh-huh.
I
It's funny.
like that. That's a nice vibe.
It's funny you mentioned Pharrell because a lot of people call Pharrell weird, but he's very
Right.
abstract too. And those are the people that I like. I like weird people who are different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Normal people, I mean, I'm not trying to shade anybody else,
No.
I like everybody. But people people who are different, those are the people I'm attracted to because those are creatives. Those are
Right.
artists. And they're not afraid to paint outside the box. Those are the people that I like. And I like to pretty much mirror myself after those type of artists, who are not afraid to paint outside the box. It's so boring to just paint the same picture all the time. Like, come on, who wants to hear that?
Need something different. Yeah.
Do something different. Switch it up. You can still paint outside the box and keep your soul.
Right.
Already, King.
You know what I
Already.
mean?
Well, let me ask you this: what is your dream collaboration?
Oh
Right
my
now, if you could,
God.
if you was on a stranded island and you had a one producer and one singer,
Ooh.
you can bring together, dead or alive.
Come on,
Oh,
that's a
wow.
that question is too. Come on, dude. I got too many people that I love, too many people that I
Stop
admire.
talking about it.
To answer that question, right? You can't answer
Like,
that
come
Stop
question.
on.
talking about it.
It's too
It's
many.
it's too many, but I mean, all right. At the top of, cause you know I've been drinking. I'm on empty right now, and the stash is upstairs. But the first person that popped into my head, I love '90s. I love '90s hip hop. That's my
Come on
era.
with it.
That's why I'm wearing my
Absolutely
Tribe Called
right.
Quest shirt. The first '90s artist '90s producer that pops in my head was Teddy Riley. I love Teddy stuff.
Yes.
Everything he did, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. If I could work with them and just do one joint with them, you know what I'm saying? But as
Right.
far as collaborate with another artist, I can't narrow it down. There's way too many. There's seriously way too many. At the top of my head right now, Layla. Her voice is so buttery smooth. I would love to sing a song with her, but I don't even know if our voices would even match.
But who track?
Say that again?
Who gonna make the track?
What
Oh,
producer?
yeah, I don't know.
Oh man,
Chris Davis. Chris Davis.
oh
My homeboy Chris Davis
man.
could do the track. Chris, I'm gonna give the track to Chris. Chris could do the track.
Okay.
Chris could
Okay.
definitely handle it. And before I move any further, let me shout out to everybody that's in the chat. I'm sorry.
No,
I
go
see my
ahead.
girl. I see my
Take your
girl
time.
Crystal. I see my man Spiller Boy. Shout out to you. I don't know if you're still there. Rhonda's in the chat. My cousin Anthony. Everybody that's in the chat right now. Shout out to y'all. Hello,
Salute.
everybody.
More respect.
Yeah,
Salute everybody in.
we don't want to
He
ignore.
put his shots out early, y'all. He put
Well,
y'all out
we don't want to ignore the audience. We can't ignore the audience. Yeah, that's how. And also, before I forget, I gotta shout out my manager Miles Williams, Righteous Media Music, Righteous Music. I'm sorry, Miles. Love you, bro. I don't know if he's watching. I don't see him in the chat, but he'll probably watch the replay. And also Jay Ross, the boss, who helps me with my social media uh, marketing and things of that nature. So that's it.
They giving their loves back too. They say, hey.
What's up, and everybody in Texas, if y'all watching, I love all of y'all as well.
Absolutely.
Y'all need to bring me down there.
Oh, most definitely, bro.
I see my aunt in the chat. Raquel, what up, Rock?
I'm already hooking that up now, bro. You gonna be here. It's good.
I would love to come to Texas, but here's my thing. Can I bring my gun?
Hey, hey, you can carry it and walk around with it out here. New law. Blam.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's what's up. But I'm coming to y'all house. We gonna have a drink if I come to Texas.
Yes, sir.
Hey, we all the time, man.
We gonna get it popping.
Man, what you be listening to when you be exercising and stuff in your off time, man? What's a day like for Lamone when he not doing music, he just chilling? And what you listening to? What's in the car right now? What's in the bed?
Right.
A little bit of everything. A lot of times it's so funny because somebody said this to me last night. I was at a birthday party, a 50th birthday party, and one of my old school homies was like, I waved at you the other day in your car and you ain't even say nothing. I said, listen, a lot of times when I'm in my car, I have these things in my ear and I don't hear anything. My eyes are on the road. I'm focused and I'm listening to my music. Oh, I promise you, I'm so freaking eclectic across the board. Like I can go from listening to some house music straight over to like a Journey song. I'll just put my phone on random. It'll just go through my whole playlist. So I don't even know what comes up half the time. I could go from a Journey song to a Aretha Franklin song to a Crosby, Stills and Nash song. You know what I'm saying? It's all over the place.
Right.
It's but if I really want to get inspired, like today, for instance, was leg day in the gym. I had to do legs, so I needed some energy. I needed some hype music, so I was listening to a lot of house music because it had the blood flow.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm all over the place. Sometimes I have a hip hop playlist, and I'll just play nothing but '90s hip hop.
On one of your songs, didn't you rap? Was you rapping on one of your songs?
If that's what you want to call it, I mean, I was trying to do a little something. I guess it was rapping, but Here's the thing. I was working on a budget, so I couldn't hire no well-known rapper. So I said, look, I'm gonna do it myself. Just the flow I'm looking for, so I'm gonna freak it myself. If you like it or love it, if you don't, then fast forward.
I got you, bro. I got you, bro. I got you, fam. I got some people for you, fam. We go clear that,
I
man.
heard some of that.
Yeah,
Really?
Man, the boy got some bangers. He got some slappers, man.
Yeah, for
That's real.
That's what's up.
I wanna go back just a little bit before I go into my talk your shit segment. You dig? I know that you and the legend dropped the first song in 05, and I'm pretty sure with his status it hit the radio. Or maybe you had a song that hit the radio before then. Tell me your experience, not only just with yourself or whatever you was doing with when you heard the song on the radio, but even the reaction of your family, your loved ones around you when your first song hit the radio. Finally.
Listen, even to this day, when I hear one of my songs on the radio, it's really weird. For me, it's really weird. Like sometimes, well, the first song I heard, I believe it might have been the Najee song, Falling in Love. When I heard that, I almost cried. I just gagged because as a young child growing up, that was always a dream of mine. Like hearing myself on the radio, like listening to all these artists that I, love so much and wanted to emulate. I always dreamed of hearing myself come across the radio airwaves and through car speakers, and that's where I usually want to hear me is in a car because it just has like a whole nostalgic feel. But yeah, the first time I heard myself, it was really weird. It was I don't know if that makes any sense, but it was weird.
Describe what you mean. I mean, you got scared or
yeah, it was like I knew
hey, I got to do this again. Or
it was unbelievable. Like
it was very unbelievable. It was so many emotions wrapped up in one. It was just I didn't even know where to. I was like, oh my God, like this is me, but it doesn't sound like me, but it is me, and it feels kind of weird, but at the same time, I freaking love it. It was just weird. It was like, oh my God, like yo, I'm listening to myself on the radio, and I just had a moment where I almost shed a tear. I don't believe I did, but probably would have. Now, even to this day, if I hear one of my songs on the radio, here's the crazy thing. If I'm in the car with people, I really want to change the station if one of my songs come on. Because it's like fingernails on a chalkboard. Because I'm one of those type of people who... Yeah, like I hear every mistake that I made. And,
yeah, right.
And I'm like, oh my God, Lamone, you could have did this better. Or like you could have went minor instead of major, or you were flat here or whatever. I hear everything. So a lot of times if I'm in the car with people, it drives me crazy. It's like and like if I'm in the car with friends and they put one of my songs, I'm like, why are you doing this right now? Like, why? I don't want to hear me right now. Now if I'm in the car by myself, sometimes I will listen to a song to try to hear what I did wrong because I want to correct it the next time.
Right. Yeah. And we are our worst critics. We,
worst. Yeah. Especially me. Yeah.
Right.
Well, look here, Mamafee, you go ahead and ask Lamone one question because I'm about to get ready for my segment, like talking about it, just right quick.
Don't lie, he going to get himself another drink. He going to refill, ain't he?
I got to talk that shit.
No, he already got the refill right here.
Oh, that's where I messed up. That's where I messed up.
Yes, we came prepared.
I know that's right.
Over there, oh my goodness.
Oh, my man like to get jiggy.
Oh, come on now, Watch out there now.
Talk that shit.
Don't you hear him? Wait, is that glitter? Come on, Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I got to get me one of those. Listen, I ain't got no blue joint like that. I ain't got one of them.
I appreciate it, King.
Your junk is sparkling. Yo, when the spotlight hit that, you going to set off the whole room. That's what I'm talking about. I got to get me one of them.
Hey, man, thank you.
I got to get me one of them. I like that.
It's going to look like a disco ball.
That's all right. That's all right. That means the party has started.
That's right.
You walk in the room with that jacket on, the party has arrived.
Word.
I
You
love
had
it.
just entered the talk that shit zone.
Uh-oh,
And my
uh-oh.
first question for the night
What's up?
is, tell me a time
Uh-oh.
you was performing.
Mm-hmm.
Live band and everything ready. But the sound you find out later on you get on the stage ain't that good. To the point where you're singing off beat, off tone. Explain that experience.
It's
We've all
very
had.
it's very frustrating. It's very nerve-wracking. But what you have to do, I learned a valuable lesson from watching a lot of people that
Give
I
it to
admire,
us.
a lot of other singers who, when that happens to them,
Right.
they just keep going. You got to
Hmm.
really be a quick thinker when you're on stage and something like that happens. You either, you don't want to show the crowd that you're not in control, because once you lose control, your crowd's not going to respect you. That's happened to me a couple of times, but not very often. Now, I have been in situations where the sound was just awful and I couldn't even hear myself coming through the monitors.
What
So
happened?
so when that happens, what I do, I don't make a big scene. I'm not gonna cuss the sound man out, but I will turn to him and be like,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that's like a universal signal to like I can't hear myself.
Right.
Once I let him know I can't hear myself, it's really up to him to just adjust the monitors. But what I do when I'm on stage, I just keep it moving. The band is playing, the crowd is grooving. I'm not going to disturb the groove. I can't even sing right now, but yeah, don't disturb this groove. That's you don't want to do that. So I keep it pushing. I don't like to show the crowd that we just had a faux pas or like a big mistake. So like I said, you gotta really be quick thinking. You either just keep singing. If the music stops or the band drops in the wrong key, you just roll with it.
Keep moving
Absolutely.
high.
You keep
Yeah.
it pushing. If I'm lost, I may give a solo to one of the musicians. I take the heat completely off of me, but like, yo, give me a solo real quick. And then I turn around and go take and then come on back.
Get it
Come
back
on,
together.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
once the
Well,
band get together, okay, now y'all ready? Yeah,
well.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it hasn't happened to me a lot, but like I said, when it did happen back in the day, I kind of dug into the archive. Okay, Lamont, this is what you got to do. Remember what homie did when he was on the stage? He just kept it pushing. But you don't want to do what this person did, which is be like, no, stop the music, stop the music, stop the music. You start doing stuff like that, and it's like, that can go either way. It
Yeah.
depends on how you work it. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
I'm about to go a little deeper.
Oh boy.
This should be pretty interesting. If living or dead, any group you can name,
Oh my God.
you want to be a part of, and you feel like you can kind of put what the recipe missing with it, or what the talent you have,
Yeah.
who would it be?
Oh my God. I had a group at the top of my list, but like when you said that last part, now I got to switch gears because this group had everything. And that was Earth, Wind, and Fire. They had everything. They had all the elements. They didn't need no more recipes.
Yes.
So I got to take them out the box. I was going to say Earth, Wind, and Fire, but no, Earth, Wind, and Fire don't need nothing else. A group that was missing something that could...
Or
Oh my...
even you just wanted to be a part of. They wasn't missing nothing. Who you wanted to be a part of when you was young and you was just out there jamming like that, and turning to the side and stuff. Yeah. Who was you watching saying, hey man, boy, I wish I was out there. 'Cause I'm telling you, man, hey, I could do that.
Can I be honest with you?
Come on with it.
This is gonna sound very
No,
and
come
I
on.
don't want it to sound like that because I'm not like that, but I never saw myself in a group.
Wow.
Never
Wow.
really saw myself as being.
Come on,
Now there's
boys.
a lot of groups that I love, you know, a lot of groups that I love, even to this day, but I never really saw myself as being a part of a group, even like a new edition type of a group. I loved them, you know, growing up listening to them. And you used to imitate all the moves and everything, but I don't
Right.
think I would do well in a group. I really don't.
Well, from that video we seen with you singing all your own parts, like you don't need a group.
And that's
So
just
yeah.
it. Because I'm so used to like arranging all the vocals myself,
Right.
hearing all the different parts in my head, that it's just I've grown accustomed to that. So I think if I had to work with a group and trying to like learn everyone's voice and you got to be in sync, in harmony, I think I would get really frustrated. You know, I don't know. I think I work very well with people, but I know that there's a certain blend that I love to hear. And
Right.
a lot of times that only comes with people who have been together for like a long time, like siblings, like
Right.
sisters or brothers. If you ever notice throughout the years, all the groups that were like family, their voices blend so well together, you know, that they almost sound like one person. Like the blend is just unstoppable. The Pointer Sisters, the Emotions, the Barge, those type of groups, they just have that chemistry and that blend because they're family. They grew up together singing. So I think when you're with, if you put me with a group of guys and we gotta like really spend time practicing, you know, bumping heads, fighting, and if the blend ain't correct, I think I would get really frustrated. And I don't know, because I just hear certain things, and it might have to be my way.
So you saying so like when you're in the studio, you do all your backgrounds
Not all of
yourself?
them. I do most
Okay.
of them. Yes, I do. A lot of them I do myself because I don't have the time or the money to pay people to do it. So I'll just do it myself. And they're like, if
Right.
you know, I'll just map out all the parts. But I have a good friend, very good friend by the name of Dawn Tallman, who is a beast of a vocalist. She's helped me out a lot on songs that, you know, her voice, she just knows harmony. You don't have to
Uh-huh.
tell her anything. It's almost like she's my musical sister. Dawn can come into the studio, she'll hear the track, she'll hear what I'm doing, and she knows how to imitate me and
Mm-hmm.
just blend automatically. Or she's so freaking creative, she'll take her own idea and it'd be so hot and so dope. I'm like, yo, I just shut up and be like, yeah, okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Like for instance, that the rock and roll song we were talking about before, on the first CD called "Disgusted." A song called "Disgusted," and also the remake of Rufus and Chaka Khan, "You Got the Love." That's myself and Dawn Tallman singing in the background.
Okay. See, that's what I
Yeah,
want.
I found me somebody. That's another song with Dawn Tallman and myself are singing background harmonies on that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Explain to me, because I noticed you have a lot of, since, I did the research, I see that you're a leader most of, more than anything. And I had an interesting question I wanted to ask you that I also had in Talk Your Shit. And that is, if we hit the stage and we end up having the worst performance that we ever had in our career for behind you, tell me, how could you keep, or how do you keep your glue to your band or your team to give the understanding that, hey, these type of things happen, we could continue on? Because, bands and groups are quick to disband when
Yeah.
things.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Everybody has a. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Everybody has a bad performance. Everybody goes through it. But let me tell you something. The bad performances are where you learn from. So what I would do is I would suggest that we all just take a moment, look at the tape, let's observe what we did wrong. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? We're gonna be upset because we didn't give a good performance. But so what? Guess what? It's in the rearview mirror now. It's in the past. So the best thing to do
Right.
now is review and go over what happened. Let's figure
Yes.
out what happened and let's correct it. And the next time we hit that stage, we smashing them.
Right.
Right. Now let's get this correct now, because I want my people. I don't want my people to misquote me or feel that I'm doing something misleading.
Right.
Understand what I'm doing. what I'm doing is I'm giving the young artists a chance and an opportunity again, as I say in every interview, to understand it's not just highs and it's also it's hills and valleys in this journey. You dig? And we all go through things, and hey, it may be able to help somebody walk through whatever they're going through. And at the same time, like I say, you have a lot of people that are just looking at the top of the mountain. They're not looking at what it takes to get to the top of the mountain, climbing. So that's all I'm doing. So it's no thing where I'm trying to embarrass nobody or anything like that. It's just let them know, hey, you could be with the greats. You could be and done all these great things, but hey, you go through trials and tribulations, getting to the goal doing this.
Absolutely. And let me tell you something. Even some of the greats mess up. I've seen some of the greats mess up in concert. A lot of times, if you're not musically inclined or you're not, you know, in the business, or like you won't recognize it or you won't catch it. I've seen major artists forget words to their own songs. I've seen band members trip and fall on certain notes or forget a change in the song. You know, it happens, but it's all in how you handle it. You know, there's ways to camouflage it. Like I was saying, you can't make it obvious to the crowd. Because if you show the crowd,
let me ask you this: is it the same for you guys when R&B when you're performing? Is it a stress that, or is it like the rappers where, like Jada Kiss has set the status quo now, where it's like ain't no rapping with no words in the back.
Right.
You remember if you go do 45 songs, you gonna remember all 45 of them word for word. Ain't no words in the back, or it ain't real. Do you guys do that in R&B? You know, I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Well, first of all, Jadakiss is a different breed. He's cut from a whole different cloth. I would really I would love to just learn from him and just watch him. That whole verses he did was incredible, first of all. And even me as a singer, I watched that verses that night and I was like, this dude is awesome. He's one of the greats. He's letting you know right now that he is one of the greats. And even me as a singer, I know I can steal something from him, you know, something good. Not, you know, his I'm not a rapper, but just how he controlled the crowd. You know what I'm saying? It was like he stepped out. Even us behind the scenes here on Instagram, us watching, it was like he had control over us, even like behind the phone. I was like, wow. That's projection right there.
Right.
So I learned a lot that night watching him. As you know, even as a rapper, and I'm a singer, it's like I really learned a lot. So I mean
Now let me ask you about the Legend song, because I know my big up to that's my brother, man.
Oh, Biz Byron, that's the homie. That's the homie.
How the Legend came about, man?
Legend came about. Byron called me up, you know, because you know I'm sure, as you already know, because you did the interview with him earlier in the week. Byron and I had already established a friendship, you know, a musical relationship already, and he's just so freaking gifted. You know, Byron has the ability to come into a studio and do like one take. I don't have that ability.
Ball for ball, bartender,
yeah.
glass.
He has that ability to do that. I don't have that ability. I like a couple of takes. I like to warm up. You know what I'm saying? But he just basically called me up. Was like, "Yo, I got a song. I'm about to do this track with AZ. I'm trying to get AZ on this track, and if I do, I want you on it as well." I was honored. I was flattered. I was flattered at the fact that he even chose me, that he even called me, because he didn't have to call me. He could have called somebody else. But the fact that he called the homie from Connecticut, and we're not even from the same town. He's in Bridgeport, I'm in Waterbury, but we still Connecticut. That's where a lot of people need to, you know, this whole borough thing is crazy that they go through.
What was your reaction when you saw AZ get on that mug, man? Dude, did you go crazy? Or
nah, I ain't gonna.
Call? I mean, out a liquor store. What you done?
It was all love and respect. I mean, at that time, you know, we're all grown men. So, you know, I just basically let him know, listen, I respect you, I honor you, I'm a fan, and it's an honor to be on the track with you. That was basically it. That's it. You know, like I wasn't gonna fan out. Yeah. And so I just gave him his space, you know, like I didn't clutter him or anything on the set or anybody. I just paid attention. I don't think so,
Okay.
but I just,
Man, I was going through
You
shit.
don't think so? Yeah, you
Man, come
are.
I
on,
just
man.
basically waited in the wings for Esco, the director, and for Byron because it's Byron's song. So I said, listen, when y'all need me, tell me what you need me to do. And when the camera's
Lord.
running, all you gotta say is action. Where's my place? Because my thing is this: if somebody asks you to come over their house or to come on their project, I want to be prepared. I want to know what I'm doing. I don't want to waste your time.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because time is money. So what I
Hell
do is, I already knew the song because we had already laced the track. So I was like, Lamone, all you got to do is sing your part and just vibe and just stay out the way. And
yeah.
that's what it
Right.
was. It was a vibe. We was all just at the bar, at the pool hall, hanging out, and take it back to the '90s. I was like, oh, okay, so let me go get the sheepskin, the Timbs, all that, and that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. I just pulled it out.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so
Yeah.
Lamone, this is '90s. So how was how did you act in the '90s? Like, what was the vibe like? And that's what I channeled. And when Esco said action, I was like, okay, word, I'm grooving to the track. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, look here, man. I'm gonna get raw with it. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I say, I like to get raw when we do the talk that shit.
All
You
right.
did.
What's
So
up?
I'm gonna tell you what we gonna do. We gonna battle a little bit,
Uh-oh.
Battle?
Uh-oh.
and I'm gonna tell
What?
you how we gonna battle.
Not like that.
I got two people, and I'm gonna name them. And I'm gonna be just good enough.
Is this a versus?
No, check this
This is a
out. Because I ain't tripping. I'm a good man with class. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick two individuals, and I want
Okay.
to see who you pick, and I'm gonna give them to you, and I guess I'll just run the game with whoever's left.
Okay.
Jaheim or Donnell Jones.
Oh my God. Um, I'm gonna say Donnell Jones only because I never met either one of them, but I have been in the presence of Jaheim.
Word.
I've heard Jaheim live. I've never heard Donnell Jones live,
Okay.
but but I prefer Donnell Jones writing
Mm.
Mm.
over Jaheim's. I prefer his writing. They're
Oh,
both great. They're both
yeah.
awesome. I am a fan of both of them. I just prefer the writing styles of Donnell Jones a little better.
I got two more individuals.
Okay. He tried to be messy, but I refuse to go there with you.
Oh no. We're not being messy. I'm
Okay.
trying. What I'm actually doing is I'm checking the temperature on your taste level to see what type of really music you really care for and things like that. It don't have nothing to do with nothing
Okay.
personal.
That's what's up.
It's just
Okay.
personal preference.
Got you. Got you. And by the
Trey
way,
Songz.
that was a fireball I just put in my mouth, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you watching who trying to figure out what I'm.
You need to go get you another drink, huh? Ah!
I
I'm
want to
good.
do
It's
Trey
so good.
Songz in the Dream.
Oh my God.
So I know you're not ready for the last one.
Trey Songs or The Dream?
Of the Dream.
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say The Dream because I prefer his writing ability and his production ability. Trey Songs to me, vocally, he doesn't really do it for me.
Right.
I think The Dream is more a well-rounded artist because he has the ability to write, create, and produce and arrange.
Most deaf. Most
Yeah.
deaf.
So I'm gonna go with The Dream.
My last one It's one, you know, as you say, because it's not about being messy and this is all this being competitive and taking our taste buds. See, we like to eat.
Oh, you are killing me with the smoker's jacket on, with the cigarette, everything. Yo, you are a whole vibe right now, and I'm loving it.
My bad, man. I just like to talk my shit.
I know it. I love it.
Let's see. I said, hey, big ups to E and my man Carl Thomas. But I got to say, Carl, much love, but you in this. Carl Thomas or Brian McKnight.
Oh, you dead wrong, man. Why you at? Oh my God. Okay. It is a very good one. Here's the thing. I'm a fan of both those brothers. I love them both. Yeah. I love all their music, but I'm going to have to lean towards Brian McKnight because he has a larger body of work.
Right.
That's the only reason. He just has more. He has more work to choose from, you know. But I love Carl Thomas's voice as well. He just wasn't. I don't think he had the opportunity to stay in the game long enough. I think he had more to give us.
Like a lot of artists.
A lot more to give us, yeah.
Yes, like a lot of artists.
But Brian McKnight is just, I mean, come on. The dude is so gifted vocally. And he can write and he can play. Brian can sit down at a piano and just kill you. Yes. With the keys. Not a lot of people can do that. I'm not able to do that. So I got to give it to
slowly and surely. Real talk. Real talk. Man, Lamont, you know, it's very rewarding to be an artist in the game nowadays. You know,
is it?
The reason why I say that is actually what we putting in the atmosphere, we're actually giving people therapy to whatever.
I agree.
Whether it's going through something bad or good, whether it's going home to problems or whatever else we facing during the day. My thing is this: what do you want fans to take from your music at the end of the day when you're said and done?
Ooh,
what do you want them to say about Lamont?
You say he wasn't ready for that one.
I wasn't ready for that one.
This dude here, if he didn't keep me energetic or he didn't do this for me, that type.
What do I want fans to take from my music? I want them to feel my heart. I want them to feel the love. If they're not in love, you know, I want them to feel free at times, you know, depending on what the song is. I want them to feel uplifted. I want them to feel motivated. I want them to feel inspired to do whatever it is that's positive. Whatever, you know, inspires them to keep it moving, you know, reaching higher and moving forward. So, yeah, all of that. If it's positive, I want them to feel positive things from my music and from my voice and from the vibe that I'm trying to send through the music.
Tell me the most rewarding thing you done got from this. What's the most rewarding thing a fan done said to you, or maybe just anyone said to you about your music, or maybe help them during the day, or maybe help them go through a problem, commit suicide, or etc.
Oh my God. Fans haven't really said too many crazy things to me. I think one of the most rewarding things is just the fact I still gag at the fact that I'm able to reach people overseas in other countries. Wow. Like sometimes I get inboxes from people like in China or like in Russia or like in South Africa. Apparently I have a fan base in South Africa. You know, I would love to go over there. And it's so funny because I did an interview not so long ago with a South African radio personality, and he said he still plays to this day, he plays On the Rocks. And he says when he plays that song, he said, Lamont, the floor gets packed when I play that song. And I couldn't believe it because I hardly hear it here. You know, but the fact that they're playing it in Africa, it's like, are you serious? You know, so I told him, I was like, yo, next time you do a gig or whatever, you DJ and you play my song and that floor is packed, hit me up. I don't care if I'm asleep. I want to see this.
You want to see it,
I want to
right?
see this.
Yeah.
Because if they rocking to me like that over in the motherland, that's like,
Right.
yo. You know what I mean?
You know what's so crazy that, and big up to Gang is Done. You know, I have
You had that
family just moved out there to the
Right.
motherland. So yeah, man,
Really?
I'm going to turn my boy Gang is Done. You know what I'm saying?
Big
up
shouts
to
out.
him.
Yeah.
Shout out to Genghis Don.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and send that to him, dude. You know what I'm saying? He's out there
Okay.
right now. I just spoke to him just day before yesterday. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
But I want to say this, you know, and this is my last question before I do my outing so far as, you know, walking through the garden with you. You know, to say that you put so many years in, you know, and a lot of times, a lot of us as artists, we don't feel appreciated because of all the work and the years we've put in. And not realizing that any time anything can blow, you know, from any direction, whether it's ghostwriting, we may have to become a ghostwriter, or maybe somebody want to buy a song from us, whatever it is. You know, God is on his time when he blows us up, or it's time for us to blow up.
Right.
Tell me, you know, how and what's the future for Lamont, and how do you plan on continuing to motivate yourself so you won't give up until that time come for your blessing to come?
Well, I'll tell you what I have going on for the future.
Yes.
I'm gonna continue doing music. That's in me. It's part of my DNA.
Well, let's stop right there.
I ain't pulling the IV out. It's still in me. The IV is still there. So I will continue doing music. But one of the next things I'm about to embark on is I'm going to take acting classes. I'm going to, I'm trying to get accepted into Yale School of Drama so I can take some acting lessons and add on the thespian to the the singer as well. It's something I've always wanted to do.
Bro.
So,
wait a minute, bro. Oh, wait a minute, bro. I was trying to close out the goddamn.
Oh man.
Man, dude, bro. Man, you gonna have more stripes than a zebra. Dog, you're not gonna be able to wear one of them Lieutenant Jackson where you get your stripes for all the stuff you could do and become professional in and shit. Dude, how many stripes you trying to get, bro?
Well, here's the thing.
Everything, bro.
But here's the thing. I actually admire artists who are multifaceted and who can do things like that. Like you look at artists like Jamie Foxx, Luke James. What's the other cat I love? Leslie Odom Jr. These guys are multifaceted. Like they're actors, they're singers, they're on TV. And they just, I mean, the sky's the limit. So I feel like if you're creative, if you're an artist, it's going to come out of you no matter what. You can suppress it all you want, but that is something I've always wanted to do as well. And I'm not going to stop making music. I would like to marry the two. If I can blend both genres together, the acting and the music, I think, hey, why not? We only got one life to live. I ain't getting no younger.
Hey, let's work together on it. Let's work together on it, man.
I ain't getting no younger.
The world.
You know what I mean? I ain't getting no younger.
Come on.
I've seen too many people drop, due to COVID or whatever else, and it's just stuff has really started hitting home. So I'm just like, Lamont, do what you love to do. Do what makes you happy. And I think that's something that would make me happy because it's something that I've always wanted to do.
Well, Lamont, in this game, like I said, a lot of times we put in a lot of work and it takes a little time.
Yeah. And not to mention, also, you don't really get a lot of ageism in the acting arena like you do in music.
Right.
I mean, like you look at somebody like
this period.
Well, you look at somebody like a Samuel L. Jackson. He didn't start acting until he was in his late 40s.
Wow.
Where am I right now? In my late 40s.
Right.
So why not? Who knows? Maybe I could audition for a Marvel movie.
Hey, man, why not?
Might as well.
Sky's no longer the limit.
Why do you think I'm doing all this working out? I'll be in the gym every day. I'm trying to keep it buff so I can be in one of Marvel movies.
Okay.
Hey, bro, the only reason why I do it is because I got this suit jacket on. Here you go. Hey, that's it.
Oh, what would be your superpower? What would be your superpower?
Mm. You know what superpower I wish I had? Nigga, I had vision superpower, so I could see
Vision?
through people. Because, you know, I would want to see, not to see through people to see their wrongness, but to see through them to see who needed love. So I could go and hug them. Because hug is hug is the poison of evil.
Right.
And you'll notice in every human around America, you know, that's in pain, probably the most thing. You could shoot them, you could choke them, you could kick them, but you know what they don't want at the end of the day that's worse than all that? It's a hug.
It's a hug. Wow. What's up?
Say that.
A hug will break them. And
You're
it'll
right.
break that side of them they don't want you to see.
I've seen some hugs break some dudes.
Yeah.
Like break them. The strongest can be broken.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, you know, Jay-Z said it best. You know, a lot of us are hurt, fam. You know, even in the game. That's why we have to take times like this just to recognize each other, let each other know how much we appreciate what we're doing, each other doing, the music we're dropping. Because at the end of the day, all this is therapy. There's no east, west, south, all over. Right. We all one as a culture. And if it's your music that could stop me from killing, that can stop me from committing suicide, that can stop me from beating my wife. It don't matter where you're from.
Right.
Make it a best for me.
That's what's up.
So, you know.
I respect that.
You know, Lamone, I said not listen to the music, man. I didn't only enjoy the music, I understood it, and I saw how it brought me to different vibes. But throughout all the vibes I went through, it was all positive. You know.
So that it worked.
Realize and know this. As you said in the song, slowly but surely, same thing goes with this success. Never give up, because the success is right around the corner. You have the talent, bro. You know, the devil is always going to do what work to try to block you.
Right.
Right.
It's your job to get a ladder and stand above. You did? So,
absolutely.
Me saying that, man, I want to thank you for all, man, since 05, even before that as a kid, man. You know, God sent you here with a gift.
Yes.
And I want to thank you for the contributions you brought to the game, bro. You know, taking the time to talk to me, talk to other people, even the legends to even bring the lessons back to us.
Right.
Because people don't even do that anymore. So we appreciate you, bro, taking out your time, bro. I mean, you had a luscious career, dog, and we learned a lot. We saw a lot. I've sure learned a lot. Man.
Right.
We hope that you continue to bless us with this music.
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
With this game.
Most definitely.
Also teaching us how to be fit, black, strong men with an understanding. And as well as have an understanding of, hey, we have well-being, love yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, saying
I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Saying that, man, we thank you so much to come and talk about it.
Thank you.
You gotta.
I thank y'all as well.
Hold on, he gotta give his information. He can't just leave like that.
Right, true. Thank you for reminding me.
People got to enjoy the music. Where is the music and where can they find you online? All that, and when the next show, everything. Let's go.
Thank you for reminding me about that. So anyway, well, as you all know, we're right here on Instagram, so you can basically find me under my name, Lamone. That's I Am Lamone, Lamone. I Am Lamone. So that's here on Instagram. It's the same name on YouTube. I Am Lamone. No, actually on YouTube it's Lamone Music. I'm sorry. So that's Lamone Music, LamoneMuzik on YouTube.
Tap in now. Tap in right now.
Yeah,
y'all can hit me up.
Tap in. Real people, real talent.
Y'all can hit me up on Facebook. I'm a nice guy. I usually accept everybody until you start talking crazy, then I delete you. But other than that, I accept everybody. Yeah. I don't discriminate. I don't discriminate against nobody. I don't give a damn. As long as you cool people, I'm cool with you. But if you come in my inbox with that crazy nonsense, you got to go.
Now, what is your name on Facebook?
On Facebook, it's just Lamone. You can. Well, actually, I have two pages. I have my regular page, Lamone Andrews, which is my last name, or you can go to my fan page, which is just Lamone, Lamone.
Okay.
Yeah. So please hit me up. Like I said, I usually accept everybody. I don't deny nobody for the most part.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, look, I got one more question to finish it off because I had forgot it. And it's a juicy question because I wanted to know.
Woo!
What are you doing now? Okay.
I'm saying asking this, I'm gonna ask for the people.
Is this a bondage question?
You just had Drop Legend.
Oh, come on.
And the devil has a way of bringing things that beat you home sometimes. And I heard through the grapevine, the radio station kind of was a little messy, and I want to know how you felt about that. And they recorded Puffy saying, hey, if you're looking for Michael Jackson, he sure ain't in Connecticut. How did you feel about that?
Yeah, you heard that, right? That was a while ago.
That was pretty weak.
Yeah, it was kind of corny when they said when he said that. They did a little poll on a radio station here in Connecticut, so I had to chime in. I was like, listen, he may not, Michael Jackson may not be in Connecticut, but don't get it twisted. You can come to Connecticut and start a whole nother Motown here. People really sleep on Connecticut. It's almost as if they jump right over us. They go from New York, hop over Connecticut, and go all the way to Boston, Massachusetts, as if we're not even here. We got some cats in Connecticut that can roll with the best. Trust me when I tell you. Producers, rappers, singers, all of the above. For some strange reason, people seem to think that Connecticut is a big, giant, like Greenwich Village where everybody's rich and we ain't got no hoods, no ghettos, none of that. Not that I'm proud of the hood or the ghetto, but I'm just saying, people act like Connecticut is just this big, ritzy town where celebrities go to retire. Let me tell you something. You rode through the wrong neighborhood in Connecticut, you might not get a warm welcome. So, yeah, when he said that, I was just like, he's bugging. He ain't, obviously, he don't spend time in Connecticut, so I thought the comment was a little corny. But, yeah.
and real talk, it is real talent in Connecticut, no matter what nobody says.
So much.
Also to my nephew, Jackson, that's from Connecticut.
That's right.
It's hiding Griselda right now, you dig?
Big up, Jackson.
Hey, let's go, correct our language. You dig what I'm saying?
That's right.
But again, man, we appreciate your nephew coming.
I appreciate you back. This is a wonderful interview. Y'all made me feel very comfortable. I appreciate that. Because sometimes you do interviews with people and it's like, whoa, we don't even understand this vibe. This vibe is really weird. But like I said, talking to y'all, it's like I'm talking to family. I feel like I'm talking to my aunt, my uncle, my aunt.
Oh.
Don't take that the wrong way.
No. That is just how we want it to feel, because there's so many people. I explained to my wife the reason why we made the show is so many people that's being overlooked. And some don't even worry about it, but at the same time, it's a lot of people that need to be seen and understood.
Yes.
A lot of these songs and stuff that you're hearing and you're not hearing, you need to see who's making these songs.
Listen,
the things they went through, great artists.
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it because, like I said, I'm still an independent artist. I'm financing my own dream here, and we don't always get the recognition or the shine that we want. We don't get that spotlight shine on us like that other people do. So I thank you. I thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome, and we will most definitely say thank you.
And if I come to Texas, I'm ringing your doorbell if I come to Texas, so just so you know.
Come through, man. Hey, my door is always open.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And, hey, big ups to the cook, Miss Erica, too, man. Say, man, hey, I got to get on the show with them good little meals she be cooking, man. Man, them meals look like some gourmet meals, man. You dig? Chef Baldy style. You dig?
Yes.
Hey, make sure we hook up with her, man. Hey, I got to see how she cooking this food, man. Because I'm trying to do some fusion with mine.
Well, I'm gonna let her know.
Hey, man, please do, man.
I'm gonna let her know.
For something that like talking about it, nephew. Man, holler at me anytime, nephew. I'm right
Definitely.
here.
Listen, we have to do this again.
Bet that, man.
Yes, sir.
We gotta do this again.
You drop, come holler at us, man.
I got something dropping very soon. Shout out real quick before we go. I'm going to be on Chris Davis, the producer, Grammy-nominated producer Chris Davis. He's dropping the CD very soon. I am on that CD along with Najee. Once again, we're doing a remake. We're actually doing a remake of the old school Smokey Robinson song called Quiet Storm.
R.I.P. to my pop. Smoking Rob is one of his favorites, man. R.I.P.
So be on the lookout for that.
Can't wait till that come out for that. Yes.
Man.
Quiet Storm.
Word,
Make sure you let us know though.
I got you. I got you.
I want to
Yes.
thank all the fans for coming check out Lamone out. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, we
man?
appreciate
Great
you guys
artists and
tuning
great talent.
in.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's an honor to have you. Bro,
Thank you
man.
guys so much.
Hey, make sure you tap in, man. Lock me in, fam. Much love.
Absolutely.
Man.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
You have a blessed night.
You as well. Good night.
I like talking about it.
All right.
Better.
Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just to say this again, you guys. Oh my goodness, that was another awesome show with Lamone. Oh my goodness, he was a very nice guy. Oh my goodness, humbled. Y'all go check out his music. I mean, he gave y'all the information. So y'all just go peep him out, show some love and support for him, to him. And we thank you guys for watching so much, talking about it.
If you listen to the cat music, man, they'll put a spotlight on your night. You did.
No, for real.
For real. It's you know, his music is vibe and climate changing. So you dig what I'm saying? Until the next time you talk about talking about it, fam, man, holler at your boy, UNK45, Mamafee.
Mamafee.
You dig doing our thing. Next episode, man, we headed to the West Coast. Man, we talking at this big time East Coast, them East Side stepper. You dig? Snoopy Blue.
Yes! Make sure y'all go check this out coming up. That's going to be Tuesday, y'all. 9 o'clock.
You know what I'm saying?
Texas time, y'all know.
Man, tap in like talking about, man, it's 9.
Yes.
Hey, man, Tuesday, get back at your boy. It's going down. You know what the recipe missing. Yeah.